Hey, what is up, guys? The Russian Sniper back with a quick little video where we're playing some Borderlands 2 DLC, and we're talking about War Z, however you want to pronounce it. Now, as many of you know, War Z is under NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, so you can't really post footage until, I believe, is the 5th of October. But some people have sent me a couple of messages saying it's the 31st, but I'll check out the NDA myself, and I'll keep you up to date with when I'm allowed to actually post footage. But I've been playing the alpha stages of the game for quite a while, and I've been experiencing all sorts of bugs and glitches and all sorts of stuff, because it is an alpha stage, and that's what the alpha it's all about. So you test a lot of stuff out, and then you go back to the official forums of the game and you post it to the devs, and they'll fix them, and you shouldn't experience any of them problems in the game itself. But what is the actual information I can give you about the game before you make a decision if you're willing to buy it or try it or not? Well, the game that you're going to play, as we know, DayZ has been out for quite a while, and it's Chernarus and everything. Well, this one, it's Colorado. The game itself, the world itself is called Colorado. It is 400 square kilometers. Now, put that into DayZ, which is 244, and that will give you an idea how big the map really is. It's almost, by 40 kilometers, it's almost double as DayZ. So that is a huge map, however you cut the mustard. Now, what do you get and what do you start? Well, you start off with a granola bar, you start off with a flashlight, you start off with some bandages, and a drink, a can of cola or something. Now, right from the beginning of the game, if you have got three options of purchase in the game, you can buy it for $15, for $30, and for $49. Now, each individual option will give you more and more stuff. The $15 version basically gives you nothing, just access to the game, and you can play the game from the beta, which is the 31st of October. The $30 version gives you 3 extra codes, so you can invite your friends to try the game themselves. You can just send them the code, they'll download the client. It's not a Steam game or anything, it just installs on your PC. It took me about an hour or something like that to download, so it's not really that big. And put the code in, put in the email address of the player that's purchased the game, and they gave you the code, and that's it. You're in the beta stages, which is going to be 31st of October. Obviously, the $50 version will give you a lot more options and a lot more in-game money and all sorts of stuff, and you can buy loot and stuff like that before you even start the game. Now, you do have an option with the, like I said, with the $30 or $50 version. You do have an option of buying things before you actually even spawn, which I personally think that's taken away from the survival game. It is a survival game. You start with nothing. That's the whole point. You don't start out with a gun, then you can just meet up somebody within 10 feet and just have a shootout. It's not a FPS. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a survival game. You need to survive. You need to go into towns. And going back into surviving, the flashlight that I mentioned that you start off, you can actually hit players with it, and it only takes about 3 swipes with a flashlight to the back of somebody's head to kill him and take his stuff. Now, I forgot to mention you have bandages. Bandages work a little bit different than they work in DayZ, which is, in DayZ you just bandage your wounds and you carry on and you eat meat and whatever to heal yourself. In this one, no, you just get healed automatically as soon as you use the bandages, which again, for me personally, is not the greatest survival thing that you've put in there. You should just bandage your wounds. I need to find meat, I need to hunt, I need to eat beans, I need to whatever to regain health, not just apply some bandages and bam, I'm instantly healed. But that's maybe it's just in the alpha stages, and maybe they will address that in the weeks to come, and before the game is out all completed, and maybe that will be taken out, and then it shouldn't be in there altogether. Now, as I mentioned, I do have 3 extra codes. If you do want to try the game yourself, the only thing you have to do is post a comment. Well, if you want to like the video, like it. If you don't, that's up to you. Share it with your friends, Facebook, Twitter, do whatever you need to do, subscribe, whatever, but that's not the case. You just have to post a comment if you want to win a code to try the game yourself. It's on the 31st of October. Like I said, you can try the beta yourself and see what you think of it, and if you like it or you don't like it. Now, going back into the game itself, I've been playing it for a couple of weeks, and there's lots of updates coming out and lots of things being changed. And like I said, it is an alpha stage. You can't really judge the game on the alpha, because that's the whole point of having an alpha. It's just for you to experience a lot of bugs and report them to the devs, and you can just change that. So next time you get to play the game, the particular bug that you had would be gone, and so on and so forth. Now, as I did mention, there is a menu just before you start the game that you can choose what you start with, and to me personally, again, it's not the best of the things out there, because you should not start already armed with stuff. It's a survival game, but you can have a spiked bat, you can have a hammer, you can have all sorts of stuff in your inventory when you start off. And I've already noticed a lot of people have been doing that. They start off armed already and come up and meet up a survivor, just hit him with a hammer twice or hit him with a spiked bat twice, and he's already dead. You can take his bandages, you can take his food or whatever he's still got on him. Even though lately it's a little bug that's been going on that you get spawned with nothing unless you choose what you spawn with. You can actually manually choose. As it is in the alpha, there's only a couple of towns available, 2-3 towns available. There isn't really that much loot. I found a sniper rifle, I found a shotgun and a pistol. That's all I found, and I've got to say I've got maybe about 8 to 10 hours played altogether. So not the best of the options out there yet, because like I mentioned, it is an alpha, so maybe things are not spawning how they should do. There is 3 towns with supermarkets, with pretty much what you have in DayZ, and you just have to look around and try and get loot and try and farm stuff and try and survive. I mean, the zombies are a pain in the ass since you can't kill any of them unless you actually get a gun, but with the spike bat and the hammer and everything, it takes a lot of shots. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there's a guy in there talking. There's a global chat and there's a proximity chat where you can talk to players. You can say friendly, or you can talk to somebody from across the map. There was a guy, if you sit on top of a car, the zombies don't hit you. And he hit a zombie 217 times with a flashlight to be able to kill it. So yeah, that needs fixing. And I myself, I must have hit a zombie about at least 50 times with a spiked bat. It's a bat with a shitload of nails into it, and even with a hammer, and I must have hit him about 50 times and he just wasn't dying. So yeah, but like I said, it's only an alpha. It's only a couple of towns open. There's only a small portion of the map that's actually open to us with 3 towns, so you can loot up and look around and try the game. But hopefully things will improve once the game is out. I've been playing it, I've got to record it. I will post it for you guys as soon as I'm allowed. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to post a comment if you want to win the code. I've been the Russian Sniper. Out.